everybody. Welcome to episode 5. We just talked about the taxes. We talked about the tax office. We talked about how he cut me out of the trap. The group chat. Like, we talked about all that.
The trap.
Yeah, the trap. Because we was making money. But episode 5, it gets real. 2018, we didn't talk. I was pissed. 2019, he ran into me at the club because I stayed going to the club. 2019, went to the club May 31st. I found out recently that he just went through a breakup with the baby mama that he just had a baby by August 2018. And then May 31st, the baby probably wasn't even 6 months. Went through a breakup, came to the club, and the friend that he ain't talked to was there. And I said, can I have a picture? I miss you. Hello. And that was the day before I started my prayer ministry. And me and Jeremy just have a different type of journey. You know, when I say see you at the top, like see you at the top is really purpose, it's really oneness, and it's really trust. And we took a picture. I got all of that in my phone. And the next day, June 1st, that same night, y'all, like in 2019, that same friend followed me to my apartment. And no disrespect to him or anybody else. I'm cool. I'm healed. But almost dragged me out of my elevator at that time. And that's still like 2 years later of just pursuing me. And ladies, I just want to say this. I don't know if you can get healed by this, maybe even fellas, but pursuit, it sounds good, it feels good, but when it gets to getting creepy and showing up to your house and showing up to your apartment, that's when you got to draw the line, right? So I just felt like I was doing something wrong in that season to a point where I moved on with 2-3 different other men, and this man's still at my elevator. Like, it's something about Tammy. And I started getting scared, y'all. Like, I started getting, like, fearful of where I was headed. This is me being transparent. Like, I started, like, Tammy, what's wrong with you? That's kind of what I was doing. It wasn't him. It was, what's wrong with you, T? Like, you still attracting this. And Jeremy was making fun of my guy friend at the time. But we wasn't talking. And we ran each other at the club at my ex-best friend's birthday party. And we took a picture and we reconnected. And I want to ask you in front of everybody as we start episode 5, the Rekindle going into 2020. How did you feel running into me at the club? Like, what were you dealing with it that day?
Yeah, I was going through. I was hurt. I had just broke up with my girlfriend at the time, and that was really hard for me.
And she had just had the baby.
Yeah, that was hard. I didn't want that to be. I didn't want that to be over. So I didn't. That happened, and I was like, hey, bro, y'all, I need to go out.
So you called your friends?
Called 2 of my good friends. I said, y'all take me out. We went out to the club, and I saw you. And I just looking back at that picture, I kind of saw, it was some pain in my eyes, like when I took, cause I was like, I was smiling. You know what I'm saying? I think I just got my braces took off. You know what I'm saying? But I think I was hurt. So it was, I seen that. I'm like, dang, I was going through it then. So yeah, that's I don't really want to go more into that.
I know you were hurting. You healed.
Yeah, for sure.
Knowing the next day, God woke me up and gave me prayer sacrifice action.
Yep.
And you've been at like every conference, right? Except for the first one. Like looking back over the time period, how does that make you feel? Like, dang, that's when she launched her ministry. After we reconnected.
Yeah. So like I didn't really know about PSA until like the second time around, like the second conference.
Mm-hmm.
But just like I'm gonna say this now, knowing what PSA is now, and taking it back then when you first launched it, when you first got the vision, I just want to say I'm proud of you for accepting God's invitation. Because I know that's a lot. Just having that much on you, um, you know, dealing with so many spirits, and yeah, just being obedient. Like people don't talk about this a lot. Like when you obedient with God, you gotta cut off a lot of things. Like your whole life gotta change when you start becoming when you start walking in purpose with God. Like the whole person that you used to be gotta die. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of hard for a lot of people. Just getting rid of that baggage that they had on you. Because when you walking in purpose, when you walking in oneness with God, like you change. You a new person. It's like being saved. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting baptized. You know what I'm saying? So and so I just want to say again, I'm proud of you because you like to see to get a download and to act on it. Like you act on it immediately. Like you went to Facebook, you created a group, and you got 100 people instantly join the group. I think the group now got like 5,000 people in there. So
It's 10,000.
10,000 people in the group. PSA group. So again, just knowing what you go through when you put on the conference, knowing how much a toll it takes on your mental, your body, the people around you. It takes a toll on the people around you as well. I just want to say, man, like it's a big deal. You kept going.
Thank you.
Like you still going. You still having conferences. You still got one. You got one, and it's coming up.
June 21.
It's just coming up. You still doing PSA. So you still going. They get better and better every year. So I just want to say I'm proud of you for launching
Thank you.
PSA and sticking with it. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
I feel that it was God's movement. Like me and you took a break for a year. And I just want to say thank you also for your support. Like, you've always supported me. Like when we go back through this podcast, people are going to say, that man always supported her. Always believed in her. Always put on some money. Always told her what was right, what was wrong, blah, blah, blah. But I will say, like, moving forward, past that, I didn't know where I was going. I moved to Houston, and we don't talk about this a lot, but the world needs to know. Like, I moved out of that apartment you told me not to be in, and I moved to Houston with the guy with the beard. And for a week, and your mom died. I don't know if you know the full story, but your mom died. Rest in peace to your mom. And I seen it on Facebook.
Dang. I lost my girlfriend and my mom within
1 month. You lost your girlfriend at that time, May 31st. Sorry. You lost your
2
girlfriend
months.
at that time, May 31st, and you lost your mom July the 5th. All of June that I was doing PSA and launching PSA, I was fasting, sacrificing, asking God for my marriage, asking God to remove people, asking God for so many different things, for money, for homes, for peace, for healing, for deliverance. And I moved to Houston with a guy that you and your friend was high side on. And July 4th, I called you on a holiday. And I was like, what y'all doing? And you answered the phone. And you was like, Mr. Anderson in the car with me. And I was like, okay, but I'm asking you what you doing. I don't care. But the next day, your mom passed. And I seen it on Facebook. And you would not answer the phone you told me you didn't answer the phone for nobody that day. I was in Houston. Your mom passed in Houston. You didn't come to Houston. Your mom invited you to come to Houston. You didn't come. I was in Houston with another man. And I was in Houston. And you answered the phone for me. You answered the phone for me. And I was like, this another time. It was like, Jeremy is just anything that got something to do with Tammy, like, you with it. Like, I'm like, over the years it's been like this. So I'm paying attention to the cycle. And you was like, Tammy, my mom passed. And I'm like, I'm in Houston. Do I need to go see her? What do I need to do? Where's the funeral? What's going on? And the guy was listening to me. And that guy came in that room, baby, and said to me, are you sure this your friend? I will never forget it. His name is Michael. He said, are you sure this is your friend? I said, yes. No sex, no cross the line. I used to work for him. I mean, did the whole explanation because I like the guy. Cool with me. Are you sure this your friend? Acted out, start acting crazy. And I said, I gotta go. It was your mom's passing in the same environment that I was in that made me say, I need to go home. I need to go back to Dallas. And so, I want to say that in front of people, like, this whole journey has been, like, coincidental. Like, how did that happen? Men just start acting crazy. That's not your friend. You effing him. You this, you that, throwing pots, pans, and all that stuff. I'm like, I gotta go. This reminded me, I might as well stay with Mr. Anderson if I got to deal with vase thrown in my head. Like, I've been through all of that on the day your mom passed. And I called my brother, and my brother came and picked me up and brought me back home. And that's kind of how that transpired. And that gets me a little emotional, but I don't want to get emotional because I never met your mom, but I was the only one you picked the phone for, and I was there. Like, I was there for you. I was there for your family, but you was just like, no, I'm on my way there. And you didn't know what happened after that call, but that's what happened to me. So I just been going through. And then it was like, boom. So let's shift the energy. So moving forward, mom passed. That August, September came. I started dating the preacher.
Hold on. So I want to say this.
What you want to say about that?
So,
yes, I was dating somebody else already.
So, again, like it was.
How did you feel? I never asked you that. I'm sorry.
It was really tough. It was really hard for me because again, like I just like I'm gonna take my glasses off because I was just So one, I bought a ring for my ex. She didn't take it. She drove off on me.
Thank you.
Okay. So I tried. I think I tried for like a good. I'm not good at pursuing people. I tried for like a week. She was like, nah. So I was like, okay. Moved on.
You should have kept trying.
Nah, I shouldn't. So then my mom died. And then after my mom died, I was like, dang. So, okay, before my mom died, after me and her split up, I started to get active in church. I started going to one community church in Plano. I was already going to the church, but I started to go. I started to go to like serve. Like I wanted to do more in the church than just to go and leave. I wanted to do more than that. And so I went into the church and I met this guy named Pastor Dave. I met Pastor Dave, and Pastor Dave he took me under his wing. I'm just instant day one. He just started being like that person, like just to help me, like I looked at him like a father, spiritual father, and then boom, my mom died. So that brief period while I was going to church and locking in and serving and going to leadership, it helped me prepare for my mom being just abruptly gone.
Gone.
Just waking up, just not waking up out of sleep. One good the next day before, day after, she was gone. And so, you know,
Why you didn't answer nobody's calls? How many calls were you getting
it
that
was
day?
just it was
How
just a
many how
lot.
many calls did you get that
I
day? Do
don't
you
know.
remember?
I don't know. But it was a
Was it
lot.
a lot?
It was a lot of calls. I don't know. I don't know why I answered for you. I guess
Was I
like
the
it just,
only person you answered to?
I think I answered for a couple more other people, but I think when I saw you call, I was like, I'm gonna answer for Tammy, like, cause I know she concerned. I don't know why, but I guess just going back, just talking about our story, like everything that led up, like the high school, the DM, the introduce you to my friend, the being through that part of y'all's relationship, being your friend continuously, seeing your journey, and just all of that made me pick up the phone.
Thank you.
It had to be what it was. And so I
That's
picked up the
crazy.
phone. I talked to you, told you what happened. I didn't really know what happened. They were telling me what happened. And so, at that point, like I just needed to kind of be around people. So I went to a season where I just didn't want to be alone. So I just started to just hang around people, company. I need to be around because it made me not think about my mama. And then when I got by myself, it was real tough. So, and it was so crazy. Like I don't recommend nobody to do this. Losing a mom is very very painful. But the way I dealt with my mom, I forgot about. Like I tried to forget about her completely. I ain't look at no pictures for a year. I couldn't look at no pictures. I couldn't look at no videos. What I did used to do, I used to man, I'm getting emotional. I
That's
used
okay.
to go by her apartment. I used to go by her apartment.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
just just sit out there. Um and but I forgot about her though for like a year. And then I started to lean in more with God. I started to do a lot of self work. And it was a point where I was like, man, it's not healthy. This it's not. I'm not dealing with it. You
How
know what
was
I'm
your
saying?
emotions then?
I didn't have none. Like it made me hard. It made me like I wasn't mean, but it just made me like not feel.
Mm-hmm.
It made me not feel, and it was hard for me to feel. Like, it was so painful, and so I just started like, I got to deal with this. So I started looking at her pictures, and I started talking about her more, and it became easier. And then I started going to Bible study, and then and I remember in Bible study, Pastor Conway said, "Consider all things joy when you face trials of many kinds, because the testing in your faith produces perseverance." Um, and when he said that, I was like, "How can I find joy out of losing a mom? Like, how can you find joy in losing somebody that close to you?" And then I thought about it. I was like, I can help somebody that's lost a mom. I can do that. I can help my brother. I can help him deal with it. It started to become easier for me. I started to become more confident in myself. I started to work out. I started to train. I almost became a trainer.
And you was
Just
training people.
just my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Just it did a 360, and then I was happy. I was happy again, and it was good. It was good. It was real good. I started to make more money. I started to have more friends. Um, life was like 2020.
2019.
No, it
Oh,
was
you talking
just
about
like
2020?
yeah,
Okay,
like
gotcha.
2020. Like a year afterwards, about a complete year afterwards. Like I was a lot better. You know what I'm saying? So and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? And then
Thank you for being vulnerable with that and
yeah,
sharing.
that was tough. I didn't know you was gonna
I didn't know.
lead into that, but
I didn't know.
I appreciate you.
I love you, baby.
Me too.
It's crazy because I'm still around. Like I'm like at this moment I'm still around.
Mm-hmm.
I started dating this preacher 2 months after your mom passed. And you called me.
Yeah.
You called me again.
Yeah.
You just never let me do stuff. You always looked out for me. And I was dating this preacher. He's a great guy. And you was like, you posting him too much. Like, you just left Houston. My mom just died. And you posting this preacher man singing every Sunday. You should be single for all of 2020. And you told me that. And I'm like, your mom just passed and you're calling me, still telling me like, Tammy, chill. Like you going somewhere. Like it's almost like you believed in me more than I believed in myself. But you were the only person that called me and just was like, it was you and my brother and another person was like, Tammy, you chipper, you tripping. Like, stop posting people so much. Like you in that relationship, that one help you write a book. This one was a trainer in Houston, made you move to Houston. This one right here is a preacher. Now you posting him, all that in a year or two. And you called me. Meanwhile, I remember we wasn't talking. So
Yeah, I said you
was like, you need to be single for 2020.
you was rebounding too fast.
Yeah.
I was like, and again, like I've always kind of like I've always done self work. So I would go to these single conferences at church, and the pastor or the leader, I remember somebody said the single life is the preferred life. Like being single is the preferred life, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wow, because and so that stuck out to me because I've always been in a relationship too. Like I didn't know how to be single, right? When they said that, it made me feel good about being single. So like I would always get downloads from things and it stayed with me, and then I would give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So and I gave that to you, like from hearing that, like you should be single for a year. Like you should be single.
Me out of all people,
Yeah.
you called me and said, be single.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, y'all, the real tea is, I'm going to talk about this the next episode for real, but the real tea is that he was on speaker phone.
When I said that, I was on speak.
You were on speaker phone.
Yeah, y'all. She has this thing about. She has this thing about
So you telling everybody?
Yeah, she has this thing about making her man feel secure, right? And so, you know, one of her things was like, I can't help who calls me, so I want to make sure that whoever I'm with knows that like this is a friend. That's it. It's nothing more, you know, that's
it.
That's it. So she would go about doing it in the wrong way. She would go about doing it in the worst way.
I didn't know what you was gonna say. I just put you on speaker.
Yeah, I
said,
didn't know.
This is my friend calling me.
Yeah, like be single for a whole year.
And he said, be single for a whole year.
I would have been livid. If I was that man, I would have been
He
so mad
was
at
so
you.
mad. He wasn't mad at me. He was just like, I wasn't supposed to hear that. Like, I just asked you to be my woman. So somebody calling you, telling you to be single, like, that's not what I want. And he stood his ground. And so I felt bad for him. And guess what I did?
He pursued you and you got with him.
I got in a relationship with him again.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just ended a relationship in July when your mom passed. October, relationship with the preacher you told me to be single with.
Dang. You couldn't be single. You couldn't be single
I went
either.
through it.
So
and you were there the whole, so you knew about every relationship.
Yeah.
How does that feel knowing that since 2005, it's 2019.
I don't know about all of them.
You knew about the relationships.
I
You
knew
would
about
message me.
I knew about the main ones. The ones,
I guess that's all that matters.
yeah, the ones that you cared enough to show people about. I knew about
How does that
those.
feel knowing that you paid attention to all your classmates' relationships?
But that's why I told you to be single, because I kind of knew, like, I knew it was something that you was trying to, like, you was looking for something, like, you didn't know what you want, like, but you know you wanted something, and I'm like why she doing this? Like, I was concerned about how you look to other people.
Okay.
So, like, be single, like, chill, like, be single. Like, I want you to work on yourself. I want you to be the best version of yourself first, and because I always know that translate in being the best for somebody else.
So it never dawned on you, being single in 2020, Tammy, was preparing me for October 2020.
But you weren't single though.
I know, but nothing ever hit your mind.
Nope.
That I think about it.
Nope.
Think about this before we go to the next episode.
How many years is this?
Think
now?
about this.
How many years is this?
It'd be 5 years in October.
No, I'm saying not. I'm talking about, like, since that moment that I said that, and versus all the moments prior to that we talked about that led up to that. Like, how many years is that? So we got 2017, we got 2018, we got 2019, we got 2020, 4 years.
I don't
So
know.
4 years has passed, and I'm still looking out for you.
You are.
I want you to make the most money.
You do.
And I still never looked at you like this something I want to hit.
Never.
You never looked at me. I don't know.
Never.
You know, that's a whole nother conversation. But
Never.
But I never looked at it. Never dawned on me. Never dawned on me. And then
let's go in.
October.
Let's go.
You want to talk about October?
You know what? Let's go into episode 5 next week, and let's talk about October. Let's talk about how it happened. Matter of fact, let's go into episode 6, and let's talk about how it all happened. Let's talk about when me and you connected, it was over for the people. Let's talk about it. Let's give them the real tease.
No, so, like,
we got to.
I want to tee up. I want to tee up this, like, again, when we go to this next joint.
Episode 6.
When we go to this next joint, I'm going to do the intro.
No, we need to talk about this.
I'm going to do the intro because I want to tee this up. Because I want to tell people about where I was in my season and what I was doing. Because I had a little phase, y'all.
We'll see you at the top. Episode 6. He had a phase.